Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another exciting episode with your boy Salem. And in this episode, we're going to be looking at dodge and burn, the screen and multiply method. Okay, so in the last video we looked at how to work your dodge and burn in a non-destructive way on your 50% gray layer. Now today in this episode I'm going to be showing you how we could actually do this using just the screen and multiply blending mode. Basically, if you don't have actions to work with, you don't have a panel that you're working with, and you necessarily have to do your dodge and burn, your global or micro dodge and burn, whatever it is. Now this is the way you would do that. Now the first thing you want to do is you hit your Ctrl J or Command J on the Mac. You hit that twice to duplicate your layer, duplicate your layer twice. Now you have the base layer and then the layer that is above all the layers. Now first we could rename this to, let's say, multiply. Okay, and let's rename this to screen. Now once we do that, we need to select both layers. Hold down on Control while clicking both layers, and you hit Control or Command G to group those layers, and we could now call this our dodge and burn group. So D and B for dodge and burn. Alright, so at this point what we need to do is we're going to create a layer mask. We create a layer mask. So for you to create a layer mask, you need to make sure that that layer is selected, and you come down to the third icon beneath here, add layer mask. You just hit that, and for a second you hit that again. Now you could notice that the layer mask is white by default, meaning everything is going to be passing through, but we don't necessarily want that. So we're going to hit Ctrl Z to revert to the beginning, and instead what we're going to do is, before we hit this add layer mask icon, we're going to put a hand on Option or Alt on Windows and Option on Mac, and we hit that. Now you notice that what it does is that it gives us the inverted form of the layer mask, and we do the same thing holding down Alt or Option on Mac. We hit click on the add layer mask, and we're going to do the same thing for the group as well. We're not going to hit Alt this time around or Option this time around. We just add layer mask. Now one last step is that for the base layer, that is multiply, we need to change the blending mode to multiply, and for this we change the blending mode to screen. Okay, so at this point we'll just need to select our layer mask and select the brush tool. Make sure that we have white color as our foreground color, to reveal what we have, and we paint with the brush. Make sure that your brush is a soft brush, you have your parameters set, and voila. Now for this, once we want to burn, we head on to the multiply layer and we paint white. Now if you have way too much, if you have too much of that coming through, you could work with the opacity, just bring down the opacity a little bit to your taste, so we could actually drop the opacity of the burn. We need some screen, do that. So once we're good with that, we could just drop the opacity to our taste, or if you want to revert to the original, you could just paint back your black, but you have to be on the layer mask. And with that we could see that we've just brought back some depth. You could also decide to bring down the overall opacity of the group, the whole group, dodge and burn group, and you see that with just that quick illustration, we have done quite a lot on the image. Normally I'll take some more time to do this, but you know, for the sake of this video, I'm just giving you a rough idea of what it looks like. And you know, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for the next video. Turn on your post notification, because when this series is done, the series, of Dodge and Burn series, I'm going to be putting out a couple of free actions for you to work, so you don't necessarily need to create these things manually for yourself. So you could just do that, you know, save yourself some time and stress and energy, you know. So I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.